Um, so before I introduce the next speaker, I want to read through a list of individuals. Basically, everyone on this list is a top flight community servant. And these are all the list. This is the list of people who are already endorsing Heidi. Before we've really gotten into the campaign season, these are the folks supporting Heidi. Current mayor of Tigard, Jason Snyder, John Cook, Liz Newton, one of the most experienced counselors who really knows the city of Tigard, and I see her here tonight. The mayor of Beaverton, Tualatin, North Plains, and West Lynn, two state senators, our current state representative, Dacia Graber, Representative Courtney Neron, who also represents part of Tigard and has deep ties to Tigard. I see her here as well. Former Representative Margaret Doherty, who we will hear from shortly. Tigard-Tualatin School Board member Tristan Irvin, my former colleague Karen Emerson on the Tigard-Tualatin School Board, who I also see here. Hi, Karen. Beach Pace from the Hillsborough City Council, and Gina Roletto, her colleague as well. And then on the Tigard side, folks who serve in community leadership roles here, I think I saw Tom Murphy on here from the Town Centering Advisory Commission and Carl Fisher from the Transportation Advisory Board. And there's other names that I didn't even list out, but I wanted to give a sense for folks of how broad of community support that Heidi has already earned. And I expect that list is going to grow in the months to come as we really ramp up campaigning over the summer months. But our next speaker is the main attraction, Tigard City Council President Heidi Lube. I'm glad that former Mayor Cook mentioned your professional experience, because folks sometimes who meet Heidi in the city council role might not know that in her professional role, she's held the title of controller, accountant, head of finance for big corporations, which is a critical part of the role of a city. But she's also a triathlete. She's a mom. She's a friend. In fact, I think, what is Elizabeth down for the nap at now? But I saw Brian was on. she's on the side. But she's someone who, what really inspires me about Heidi is you'll see her on an East Washington County Dems meeting or a Tigard City Council meeting, and she's a mom at all times and isn't afraid to continue to be involved and continue to be an active mom while she's involved. And it makes me feel like I could be a parent someday while I'm taking on these public service roles. And I find her to be an incredible friend and an inspirational role model. So please join me in welcoming our person of the hour, Heidi Lube.
Thank you, Ben. I love seeing all the kiddos here. I was once asked what was my favorite thing about Zoom meetings, and I said the babies and the dogs. So please keep them coming. Hi, my name is Heidi Lube. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm running for the mayor of Tigard. Since I've announced, the most common question I hear is, why do you want to be mayor? The short answer is that I love Tigard. The longer answer is the kind of community we live in matters. I'm not one to stand on the side, and it's important for me, if I have the ability, I'll dig in and help bring the change that I want to see. Every election matters, and the leader of our community matters. I care deeply about the kind of community that I live in, where my daughter grows up, and where you live and call home. I want everyone to feel welcome in Tigard and that they're a part of our community. I want everyone to achieve their full potential. I've accepted the call to step up and serve. I've had the honor of serving on the Tigard City Council since 2019, and I've been serving as council president since 2021. I'm involved in several of our city boards and commissions. I also chair the League of Oregon Cities General Policy Committee, where I'm able to advocate for change on the state level that impacts our city. In the time that I've been on council, we've navigated the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, passed a public safety levy and created the Public Safety Advisory Board, and made diversity, equity, and inclusion work a priority, just to name a few things. In my professional life, I'm head of finance at Thesis Agency. I love numbers, and I love working with non-numbers people to use data to inform and guide decisions. I bring my business experience with big budgets to the city of Tigard, and I'm able to view things through a community perspective while also being fiscally responsible. I'm a triathlon coach where I'm able to be creative and meet each athlete where they are and help guide them through hard work to finish lines. Personally, I'm married to my husband, Brian, who's here today. We have a daughter, Elizabeth, who was bouncing to the music earlier. And honestly, I think she's campaigning on the side to be Tigard's first official toddler greeter. She's never met a human or a dog she doesn't want to wave to. We also have 2 dogs who love to bark at the most inconvenient time, but we love them fiercely anyway. When you're voting for someone, you're putting your faith in them to be a good steward. While we don't know exactly what's in store for the next 4 years, and I'll tell you about some of my plans, I want you to know that I'm an honest person. What you see is what you get, and my integrity guides my decision-making. I bring the community together, and I want to hear many perspectives and ideas before making a decision. When I take office, I'll be representing all of Tigard, not just those who vote for me, and I take that responsibility seriously. As Tigard's mayor, I will continue putting the Tigard community first. We need to be future-minded while also being responsible stewards of our community's funds. We need to provide our basic services well, while balancing the need to be adaptable enough to respond to any event that arises. Tigard needs to continue to be a place of honesty and accountability. We should be accessible to everyone and regularly provide updates on how the city is spending your dollars. We should know what services that you value and ensure those services are meeting your expectations. We're busy moving forward in Tigard as a regional leader. We allowed middle housing in our code before the legislature mandated it, and our early COVID response of leveraging city funds with community development financial institutions became a model to help businesses across the region. We are our own city while we are also part of the region around us. I've worked hard over the last 3.5 years to build those regional relationships. And as Ben talked about, my endorsement list shows that I'm ready to hit the ground running and work with other regional leaders to move us forward. Tigard's strategic plan is to be an equitable community that's walkable, healthy, and accessible for everyone. That means we continue to work on funding so we have adequate sidewalks for human mobility. We should prioritize parks in underserved areas, and we need to do our part with the climate crisis and execute our community resiliency plan. We can't be healthy when the earth is literally burning around us. We have an incredible business community in Tigard and the best chamber of commerce in the state. I regularly attend Tigard Chamber of Commerce events and maintain relationships with local businesses. We need to continue to support these businesses coming out of COVID and continue to break down barriers to start businesses in Tigard. I'm so excited for our city food cart incubators. We're a family that likes to eat. And I love what we're doing at the library to help businesses get off the ground. All of this can happen when we work together. I look forward to earning your vote this November, and your support means the world to me, but I also need your help. Please help in any way that works for you, whether that's making a donation, knocking on doors, making phone calls, hosting a house party, or helping your neighbors register to vote. I also want to thank all of you for taking time out of your Sunday to show your support for my campaign. I've had an overwhelming response of support and excitement, and I really want to thank School Board Chair and HD 25 candidate Ben Bowman for hosting, Youth Councilor Nog and former Mayor John Cook for their kind words, and also former Representative Margaret Doherty, who you're about to hear from. I'm excited to take on this responsibility and adventure to be the next mayor of Tigard. Thank you for being here.